Finally, we're going to talk a little bit about news style. Journalists use Associated Press style, which means they follow a strict set of guidelines for how words should appear in stories. Now, the handout accompanying this week's lecture gives some AP style basics. We're going to talk about a slightly different style here, though. The first is variation. Now, it's okay to use the same word multiple times in an article. Once you call a spade, you don't have to call it a gardening tool, a digging device, or a horticultural implement. Just keep calling it a spade. Now, speaking of using the same word over and over, in general, use the word says or said when attributing quotes. There's no need for fancy synonyms like stated, reported, admitted, explained, quipped, or opined. Just use said. Now, whatever tone you decide to take, be consistent throughout the story. Don't start something serious and then switch to light and funny halfway through. In general, stories do not need bridges or links to connect one paragraph with the next. Words and phrases like also and in addition are largely unnecessary. Every field has jargon, special words or expressions that are used by a particular profession or group and are sometimes difficult for others to understand. Phrases like sustained injury, slated, hammered out, kicked off are typically not used in regular conversation and shouldn't be found in your journalism stories as well. Journalistic convention says to use the individual's full name, then use either the first name, or last name with a courtesy title, like Mrs. Smith. Now, in our textbook, Hicks says that whatever you use, be consistent. I'm going to correct Hicks here and say to only use the last name on second reference. Notice I said Hicks, not Winford or Mr. Hicks. The only time you would use someone's first name is if the person is under 18, or if you need to differentiate between two people with the same last name in the same story. Finally, we'll end with the ending. Now, most news stories just sort of end, either because the writer ran out of time or the copy editor ran out of space. Bruce De Silva of the Associated Press told participants at the 2001 Narrative Journalism Conference that a good ending must do three things. Tell the reader that the story is over. Nail the central point of the story to the reader's mind. And finally, it should resonate. De Silva said, you should hear it echoing in your head when you put the paper down, when you turn the page. It shouldn't just end and have a central point. It should stay with you and make you think a little bit.